From the atrocities of war to the darkest corners of society, history has seen some truly disturbing events. While many of us may be familiar with a few of history's darker moments, we've gathered together 10 of the most startling facts that are sure to leave you speechless. Sit back and get ready to be shocked as we delve into some of the most shocking and unsettling events to have taken place on our planet. 10. The Armenian Genocide. A horrific event between 1915 and 1923 resulted in mass deportations, marches, and massacres against the Christian Armenian population in the Ottoman Empire. In 1915, about 1.5 million Armenians were living in the multi-ethnic Ottoman Empire, but at least 664,000 and possibly as many as 1.2 million were massacred during the genocide. Worried that invading enemy troops would induce the Armenians to join them, the Ottoman government began the deportation of the Armenian population with mass killings carried out by auxiliary troops and civilians. 9. The Trail of Tears. Between 1830 to 1850, the U.S. government used forced treaties and military action to force about 100,000 American Indians from their homes in the southeast region of the United States to the newly designated Indian Territory west of the Mississippi River. About 15,000 people died during the long journey west. The ethnic cleansing highlights the harsh paradoxes of American growth. 8. The Witch Trials. Occurring between the 16th and 18th centuries were a chilling example of public panic, judicial corruption, and misogyny. Approximately 40,000 to 60,000 people were executed for witchcraft, with most being women. The trials were used as a social control tool and were influenced by personal grudges, property disputes, and community tensions. The witch trials slowly died off during the Age of Enlightenment, which favored reason over superstition and imposed stricter standards for evidence. 7. The Stanford Prison Experiment. This experiment was conducted by psychologist Philip Zimbardo in 1971.
They locked me in there in this degrading little outfit.
Hey, I don't want anybody left.
The experiment revealed the rapid dehumanization and corruption of individuals by positions and titles. The study, which took place in a simulated prison environment, involved 24 male college students who were randomly assigned to be guards or prisoners. The conditions in the prison changed their behavior significantly, with guards displaying sadistic behavior and prisoners submitting to authoritarian rule. The experiment has been criticized for its ethical flaws, but its findings have profoundly altered psychology and human conduct.
A prison that was run by psychologists instead of run by the state.
6. The Tuskegee Syphilis Experiment. A 1932 study by the U.S. Public Health Service and the Tuskegee Institute involved 600 impoverished black men who were unaware of their syphilis. 399 already had the disease, while the rest served as a control group. The experiment aimed to track the natural course of untreated syphilis among African American men, but the participants, who were basically serving as lab rats, were not informed of their condition. They thought the experiment would last a few months, but instead it lasted for 40 years, leading to public outcry and changes to ethical standards and laws about clinical research. 5. Between the 1960s and 1970s, several thousand Native American women were sterilized in the United States, a significant part of a larger trend of systemic discrimination against the Native American community. An estimated 25 to 42% of Native American women of childbearing age, some as young as 15, were sterilized without their free and informed consent. The forced sterilization highlighted the intersection of racism, sexism, and medical malpractice, often facilitated by the Indian Health Service, IHS. 4. The murder of Austria's Archduke Franz Ferdinand, the heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, and his wife, the Duchess of Hohenberg, in 1914 by the Black Hand, a nationalist group, is often cited as the catalyst for World War I. The war lasted for 4 years, leading to massive atrocities, redrawn borders, and increased the human cost of conflict. The war resulted in a total of about 40 million casualties, 15 to 22 million deaths, and 23 million wounded people. 3. The rule of Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge in Cambodia from 1975 to 1979. This was a horrific example of ideological extremism, aiming to erase history, religion, and culture to create a year zero for Cambodian society. To achieve complete egalitarianism, Pot abolished money and forced all citizens to wear the same black clothing. Perceived government opponents were killed in mass, coupled with widespread famine, malnutrition, and poor medical care, which killed between 1.5 and 2 million people. 2. The Nanking Massacre, also known as the Rape of Nanking. This horrifying event occurred on December 13, 1937, when the Japanese Imperial Army captured Nanking, China. It is one of the darkest moments in modern history that goes to depict the extreme cruelty witnessed during wartime. The massacre lasted for 6 weeks and resulted in the death of about 200,000 people, with over 20,000 to 80,000 women raped. The Japanese government formally acknowledged and apologized for the atrocities, but the subject remains sensitive. Unit 731. Known for some of the most disturbing crimes against humanity, Unit 731 was a covert research unit by the Imperial Japanese Army during World War II, involving horrific human experimentation. Despite its alleged purpose of research for illness prevention and treatment, the reality was far more diabolical. The unit exposed thousands of Chinese citizens and other victims, including pregnant women and babies born from the rape by staff in the unit, to disease injections, biological weapons testing, controlled dehydration, and organ harvesting. An estimated 200,000 to 300,000 people were killed in Unit 731. Despite the ugliness and cruelty of the past, we must never forget the lessons history has taught us as we go forward, learning from our mistakes and working toward a better future. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, kindly hit the like button and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Bye.